Instinct is innate. You are born with it. Everyone has it. And the most thorough thing we do later in life is to severely underestimate instinct. Not by denying it, but by treating it as something unreliable, primitive, something that needs correction. We are taught over and over, instinct is not rigorous. Feeling is not trustworthy. So we learn to go around it. We replace intuition with methods, perception with rules, experience with certainty. But here's the problem. Many of the abilities we later struggle desperately to acquire, second language, hearing bass and chords in music, judgment, aesthetics, improvisation, were never built through learning in the first place. They were already there. They were simply unlearned, slowly, deliberately by us. All because of one sentence. Seeing is believing. So we began to rely obsessively on vision while quietly shutting down hearing, especially after we become literate, after we gain what we call knowledge. When we learn a second language, we start with written words. When we learn music, the first thing we look for is sheet music. But every newborn's hearing is terrifyingly powerful. If it weren't, humans could never acquire a mother tongue. A baby never encounters a neatly segmented language system. What they hear is continuous, chaotic, unbroken stream of sound. No words, no sentences, no semantic hints. And yet they succeed. You did too. Not through understanding, but through listening. The problem comes later. After we learn language, we are taught something extremely dangerous. Stop listening to sound. Grab meaning instead. The moment meaning is captured, sound is discarded. This isn't degeneration. It's a systemically trained abandonment of perception. When you listen to a second language now, you are no longer hearing pitch movement, rhythm, continuous sound motion. You are waiting for a moment of recognition. I get it. Your mother tongue made that possible. Your native language ability is so strong that you understand a sentence before it even finishes. So when you don't understand in a second language, the discomfort is unbearable. Outside the mother tongue, whether it's a language or music, our hearing has already been castrated by understanding. Babies learn language without explanation. They understand nothing. Musicians who truly begin to hear don't start with theory either. They have only one option: use the body to endure sound. If you can't acquire a second language, if you can't acquire music, if the more you study, the more you depend on explanations, it's not because you lack effort. Most abilities we desperately want but fail to obtain were never supposed to be difficult. They were supposed to be instinct. How could instinct be hard? A second language is not difficult, certainly not harder than your first. Real musical ability through listening is not difficult. Judgment is not difficult. Improvisation is not difficult. Every newborn child with no explanations, no textbooks, no certainty acquires an extraordinarily complex mother tongue. What does that tell us? It tells us that these abilities were never earned through intelligence or diligence. The problems comes later. Later we begin to believe something else. If something is truly important, it must be explainable, step by step, and fully controllable. So we bypass instinct. We bypass hearing. We bypass the body. We bypass uncertainty. We refuse to stay inside confusion. We refuse to remain in the state of not yet understanding. We want answers, rules, shortcuts, and the result, we accumulate massive knowledge about language and lose the ability to speak it. We accumulate massive theory about music and can no longer hear it. We didn't fail to learn. We were too eager to prove that we knew. And ability only appears when you stop trying to prove knowledge. Remember this, knowledge and ability cancel each other out. Ability does not emerge from accumulated knowledge. There is no quantitative to qualitative leap. Knowledge never transforms into ability. It only weakens it. Knowledge is unreliable. The simplest reason is this: knowledge can be forgotten. Ability cannot. We don't abandon instinct only because we distrust it. There's another reason. Instinct seems slow. Guessing meaning from images and sound takes longer than having someone explain it to you in your native language. Hearing a chord takes longer than seeing the notes on a staff, always. So from an efficient standpoint alone, you can see how clever we think we are. Humans follow a remarkably consistent pattern. Any ability that could have been acquired through instinct, we eventually find a way to teach it out of existence. Language, music, judgment, emphatic sense. At first, people just do. Then they summarize. Then they teach others how to summarize. And finally, all that remains is summary. We break instinct into methods, package methods into systems, sell systems as shortcuts. We call it progress. It's actually an exit. You are not incapable. You were persuaded to stop trusting what you already had. And the truly difficult step has never been mastering techniques. It is allowing yourself again to act without explanation.